Good afternoon, Ebenezer family. It's Pastor Brian here at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Cordova, and I just wanted to take an opportunity in this video to share with you our plan for regathering for our worship services on Sunday mornings. I'm excited about it. I know that there are many of you who have been anxious and ready to get back together, and we have been taking a lot of your considerations into account as our leadership teams have met and discussed a lot of these things. And so we're working right now towards how we go about regathering for our Sunday worship times together. I do want to just take the opportunity to say thank you once again. This has been a challenging time for us all as far as being able to try to minister and share the gospel. And we've really had to rely a lot on live streaming and social media and trying to pass information around that way. And I thank you so much for your support and your love and your encouragement during this time. But all of it is kind of leading to this point now where we are working towards coming back together as one big church body and being able to worship. I know many of you have been very excited about this, but in our phone conversations, I know that there's still a lot of concerns from our senior members and even from parents of our young children as to how are we going to reopen our church for worship services in a safe manner. And so that's the whole point that I want to do in this video. We're going to be posting several videos today and then tomorrow that will kind of give you some information as to how we are going about doing some things. But the purpose of this one is how we are going to regather for Sunday worship time. So I want to start out with just sharing with you for the agenda for the rest of the month of May. This will be the next 3 Sundays in May, May the 17th through May the 31st. So right now, we are going to continue our live stream only services. So again, not doing any in-person services yet. We will continue just live stream only. That will be Sunday morning at 11 a.m. and then again on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. So live streaming for that. I am still trying to do some Bible devotional videos. I've been trying to do those on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but like today, it's been a crazy, hectic day, and I haven't been able to get that done yet. But those are some things that I've been trying to keep in touch with you about. But we will continue with the live streaming for Sunday and Wednesday services through the month of May. Now, here's something special. You might want to jot this down or go back and watch this video again later on. But May the 31st, okay, that's going to be a special time for us. We are going to recognize our high school graduates that Sunday morning. Now, of course, with it not being in person, doing everything through live stream, what we have done is ask these 3 graduates to make a video for us, and we are going to share their video with you, so you'll be able to just enjoy this time and honor and recognize them. But another special thing about May the 31st, that is our normal 5th Sunday where we would observe the Lord's Supper. And we've already passed up one time of doing the Lord's Supper during this pandemic, and I don't want to pass that up again. So what we're going to do is a little bit different. It can still be very reverent and very worshipful, but it can also just impact a lot of people as we reach out through social media. What we're going to do is May the 31st, right after our recognizing our graduates, we will go and enjoy the Lord's Supper together. Now, I'm going to make those pre-packaged communion sets available for you, the ones that we used for our Good Friday, Easter communion time. It's got wrapped up in the plastic. So I'm going to make those available to you the week before. So I believe that's going to be, May the 25th. that Monday, so May the 25th through the 28th. If you'll come by the church office sometime in the morning hours, usually between 9 and 12, we have someone here, and we will give you that communion set that you can take home with your family. So you'll have that available. Now, for those that maybe don't come by and pick it up, or for those that are joining us by way of Facebook in different states, and of course, they're not going to be able to come by and pick that stuff up from us. So we just encourage you to have a glass of water, have your glass of juice, a cup of coffee, a little piece of bread there together with your family, and we can observe the Lord's Supper together May the 31st. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have really desired. I love Luke's gospel whenever he says that Jesus desired with desire to have this time with them. And that's what I'm looking forward to, May the 31st. So that gives you the agenda for the remainder of the month of May. Why are we doing it like that? Because we are taking these next 3 Sundays and putting all of our focus and all of our effort onto regathering on June the 7th. June the 7th is where we are planning on trying to have our first in-person services. So all of our focus is going to that right now. So let me begin sharing with you our agenda for our regathering on June the 7th. Again, all of our focus and priority and attention is going to go on the morning worship time only. Okay, so as we reopen on June the 7th, we will not have Sunday school at that time. We will not have children's church. We will not have the nursery. All that we're going to put every bit of focus and attention on right now is just being able to come back together in a safe manner and worship the Lord together as a church family. So in order to help us do that, here's how we're going to try to meet that need. We're going to actually have 2 opportunities on Sunday morning for worship times. Now, please listen closely as I give you these instructions. This will help us to be able to do things in a safe way, and that we can make sure that everybody can worship, but also feel kind of comfortable and be at ease a little bit in the worship setting. So the first opportunity that you'll have for worshiping that day is going to be at 9:45 a.m. Okay, and what we are going to ask in that service is that those of you who are our senior members, maybe those who are more vulnerable to the illnesses and things like that, and during this time of this pandemic, maybe you've been at home just kind of behind the doors and not really out in the public a whole lot. We want you to be able to come to that 9:45 service. So we're encouraging that time for you. 9:45 in the morning. You will come into the sanctuary and you can spread out however far you need to do that, to feel comfortable. If you want to come in with gloves, if you want to come in with a mask on, feel free to do that, okay? There's not going to be any kind of judgment or criticism about that. We want to just open up our doors and allow you the opportunity to worship. So that will be at 9:45. Then our second service will be at 11 a.m. and we will move over to the new fellowship hall, and we will have that entire space to be able to spread out in the fellowship hall at the tables and chairs there. And so for the 11 o'clock service, what I am encouraging us to do is for those of you that have been going out in this every day, you're going to work, your routine's a little bit different, but you've maintained a pretty much normal schedule of how you've been doing things. You've been around large crowds and gatherings, things like that. I think the 11 o'clock service is going to be more in line for you and for your families. And so we are encouraging those of you with young children, use that time at 11 o'clock to come over to the fellowship hall. It's going to be a totally different setting. It's going to have a totally different feel to it just because it's in the fellowship hall. So it'll be a little bit more relaxed, and we're going to shorten the service times, trying to keep it down to about 35 to 45 minutes. And we do that especially with parents in mind, because we know that if we're not having Sunday school and we're not having a nursery, that it might get a little bit anxious or a little bit nervous as far as having your children there on your laps or in the chairs beside you for a full-length service. So we're going to shorten the service down for you. What I do want you to know, parents, is that, again, being there in the fellowship hall, the atmosphere kind of changes a little bit. So it doesn't matter if the children are a little bit loud. As a matter of fact, I expect to hear that. We're going to be spread out. If you want to bring a toy or a notepad or something like that to help try to entertain your child during that time, feel free to do that. Don't let anything hinder you from coming and worshiping with us for that. We're also going to open up the youth Sunday school class during that 11 o'clock service for parents. If you need to get up and step over there, we're going to let you have that time to be able to do that. It would also have the restrooms available there in the fellowship hall for parents that need to change their children. So you've got the diaper changing station available there in the restrooms. So please help us out with that. Again, 9:45 will be for mostly those senior members or those who have been kind of alone and isolated during this time. And then the 11 o'clock service for those of us that have been out in the public a lot, been exposed to a whole lot more, our children. So that'll be a good time to be able to worship there. Now, how long are we going to be doing it like this? I know that's not the ideal way. It's not something that some of you may want to continue doing forever. I get that. Okay, so how long are we planning on doing it like this? Well, the answer is I don't know just yet. Just not sure. This is something that we are going to have to take on kind of a weekly basis. I feel pretty certain that as we get started in doing this, that we're going to need to make some adjustments and changes to how we've set things up. And this is kind of doing it on the fly. You know, this is new for all of us, so we want to try to be as organized as we can. We don't want it to be chaotic and crazy, but we know that there's going to be some changes on some things, and that's okay. But right now, the main focus of all that we're doing is to be able to have a worship time together as a church family. That's been our emphasis. So please continue to keep us in your prayers as for myself, for Woody, and for Ann, and for all of our leadership team as we are trying to discuss a lot of different things and how we're going to reopen. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Again, it's a new way for us, a new challenge for us to do ministry. But man, with new challenges are wonderful opportunities. And I've just been so pleased with the opportunities we've had to be able to get the gospel message out to a larger audience than what we probably ever really thought we could ever reach right here in Cordova. So thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you for your support and your encouragement. And I just really covet your prayers right now as you pray for me and our leadership team as for godly wisdom and discernment and how we move forward. But this is how we are planning on trying to get started again. That will be June the 7th, 9:45 a.m. and 11 o'clock a.m. over in the new fellowship hall. I hope that this will be a little bit helpful to you. Again, we will have some videos following up, sharing some information with you about our Vacation Bible School that we have scheduled, because on June the 7th, that is actually the day that we kick off our Vacation Bible School. So we're going to have a video set up for you for that, giving you information on how we will do Vacation Bible School, giving you some information about our youth summer camp. And then I'm going to do probably a third video that will really kind of address some of the safety precautions and safety measures that we are trying to take, so that you know that it's that we're taking things seriously. We are really trying to do things in a safe manner so that you can feel comfortable and at ease coming and worshiping the Lord together at Ebenezer Baptist Church. So thank you so much once again. We love you, and God bless you.